Tom stepped into the puddle. I wonder who's responsible. Tom was a mess. Who turned the light off? Those were the best days of my life. According to Tom, that's not going to happen. I work at the consulate. It would be a pity if we weren't allowed to do that. Tom enjoys going fishing with his father. Smell this and tell me what you think it is. How would you put this sentence in French? How would you say it in French? What do you call it in French? Tom doodled on a piece of paper as he talked to Mary. I'm not trying to nitpick. Why were you late for class? Lend it to Tom. The door's already unlocked. Tom was a nerd. Tom is nerdy. Tom was nerdy. Where did you buy that bag? I think Mars is beautiful. I have a car, but I almost never use it. Tom ate supper. That man over there is the same man I saw in the park yesterday afternoon. I think that I can find Tom. That's the most obvious question. Tom left his wallet at home, so he's gone back to get it. Everything is as we left it. Tom helped Mary dust the furniture. Will you help me unload the truck? Girls love Tom. What is liberty? None of you really believe me, do you? The whole family is together again. Tom is bashful. Tom likes both meat and fish. What happened to Tom is horrible. Stop labeling people. I've never driven a stick shift. This is a wonderful pre-war whiskey. Tom forgave us. In a way, you're right, too. Tom can do as much as Mary. It would seem that you were right. Tell me 3 things you can do well. I lock my door every time I leave my room. Tom owns a bar. I'll give you a demonstration. Tom didn't eat. I never wash the windows. Peace can't exist without tolerance. Tom has been painting for as long as he can remember. Tom has been painting for as long as I can remember. Mali is one of Africa's largest cotton growers. We never sit in the front. We spotted Tom in the crowd. That was my job. Tom assured me that that wouldn't happen. No one knows how long they'll live. Tom mashed the potatoes. Thanks very much indeed. Tell me 3 things that you can't do well. If we need to do that, we'll do that. Tom told Mary about his trip to Australia. We talked about fishing. Tom assured me that wouldn't happen. I forgot that today was Tom's birthday. Will you tell me how to do that? Tom scored 3 goals for his team. We ended up having to sell most of those below cost. Tom used to smoke a pipe. Now I feel refreshed. I saw Tom jump. This is a really important discovery. Tom sat down, slipped off his shoes, and took off his socks. I have a car, but I hardly ever use it. Tom liked this. I was offered a job. According to Tom, that won't happen. Tom tied the two pieces of rope together. Many people are worried about Europe. A lot of people are worried about Europe. I think Mars is pretty. How much homework do you have to do tonight? Uranus is full of methane. Who do I hear whistling? Do you like the music that we're listening to? We should honor our parents. What kind of backup plan do you have? What are your dogs' names? I'm Chili. This house is relatively small. It was very psychedelic. That was very psychedelic. Everybody went in. Everyone went in. This is a type of watermelon. Tom stepped over the log.